Hey guys, Honest Lifestyle Influencer here, and what I'm doing is a review of two products. This is the KitchenAid Food Chopper and the Ninja Express Chop. The reason I got both of these, they're about the same size. I believe the Ninja's about 3 cups, the KitchenAid's about 3.5 cups. And what I'm going to do is an unboxing and a review of both of them side by side, seeing how they chop up food, which one does better with specific foods. I'm not going to do a whole lot of foods. I'm just going to do a few tests, but just determine which one is better. And the price point too. One of them is the KitchenAid is twice as much as the Ninja. So if the Ninja works out being great, then this could just be the all-around best buy. All right, so the first one I'm going to open is the KitchenAid, and let's go ahead and see what's in the box. All right. Again, this is a 3.5 cup KitchenAid food chopper. And the reason I'm getting this, because what I want to do is actually prepare some different types of foods that are chopped up. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. It comes all together, which we expect, nothing fancy. All in order, there's nothing else in there that I can see. Oh, the instructions are on the side. That's a picture of it. Let's take it out of the wrapper. See what it looks like. So that's pretty much ready to go. Now, of course, I'm going to wash this first before I use it, but this is pretty straightforward. And as you can see, there's 2 controls here. There's chop and puree. So you just move this lever back and forth. Apparently that's how it works. Oh, it has a pulse too. You can see that. I read that on the box, I believe. So you can actually hold this and pulse it, which is cool because I really like that pulse control to get the exact blend the way I want. Now, just want to show you one thing. This has 1 blade, as you can see in there. There's 1 blade. And when I open the Ninja, I believe we're going to see 2 blades. Let's check it out. Oh, one thing I wanted to show you too, the cord on the KitchenAid comes with a nice strap, which is really cool because you don't have to go find something if you want to bundle the cord up and stow it somewhere. And the cable is actually nice and heavy duty. I like that. Okay, let's get the Ninja opened. Here we go. Pretty simple. Again, simple packaging, quick assembly. It gives you a little bit of instruction. Top the shaft, insert. Okay, let's go ahead and get it out. Don't need to read the instructions quite yet. Nice, simple packaging. Oh, okay, so there's 2 parts in here. This is the top, obviously the motor. I'm gonna set that down. Looks like warranty. And mixing bowl. There's that. It says peel here, okay. Open with care, contains loose, sharp blades. Keep bolt upright when opening. Okay. The Ninja definitely has more warnings on it. Now let's find out what this blade system's all about here. This is what I really liked about the Ninja. I like the fact that it had, see that? It's got the double blades in there, which actually, look at that. The container actually is probably about the same. I think it looks like it's, for whatever reason, I didn't see the cup size on the box, and it might just be that I was looking at the wrong place. But okay, so the motor comes right out of the bag, super simple, and it sits on top. Oh, and you just pulse. Okay, so this just has a pulse feature, and I'm assuming this is the same, but again, that setting is different with the chop, so I can put it on puree, and then I hold that down and it goes into puree mode, and then I put it on chop and it goes into chop mode. Now the one thing that, well, let's put it this way. So when you're making guacamole, or you're making some type of dip, or you're making anything that requires a food processor like this, having this just fine control of it and watching for the consistency that you want is really helpful. And one thing I really like about the Ninja is I can take, well, not exactly. I thought I could pull the top off and then look at the texture, but it looks like I have to look down here, which is fine. Now I'm going to say something. This has a rubber edge around it, which is kind of cool because it actually keeps it from sliding. I noticed that right away. And this is weighted really well. See, it keeps it down on the surface. The cable is definitely not as robust as the KitchenAid cable. Not that it matters that much. I'm sure it's graded just fine for the amount of power it's using. But that's them, guys. That's them side by side. You could see that. And I'm going to go ahead and take you through. I'm going to make a few different random things that I like to eat for lunch, mixed up with some lettuce, cucumbers. You might even learn a recipe or two from what I'm doing. So that concludes the unboxing. Now we're going to jump into the review process. Hope you enjoy it. Hey guys, so I got everything washed. Basically, those are all the parts that I washed just to clean anything off, any of the plastic debris or anything from packaging, and let them dry. I'm gonna make some stuff tomorrow. Hey guys, all right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be grinding up in the processors. As you can see, I have them both here set up. And right here, I have some of the food, and I'm gonna be getting the pumpkin seeds and the pecans first to grind them up into smaller pieces. Because if I grind them all together, the cucumber and jalapenos are gonna get mushy. And this is the Ninja setup again. It has the double blade in there. One thing on the KitchenAid I notice, I don't really like how this lid, it's really doesn't feel natural how I almost feel like I'm gonna break it when you hear that? It almost sounds like it broke, but when you get the lid off, it's actually, I don't really like that. The way that this is, you start sideways. The nice thing about it is it locks, okay? But it's annoying. Sometimes this is tricky to get undone. I'm just pointing it out. So if you get this, you could probably easily break it if you put too much force. Now the assembly on the Ninja is really simple. So far, I'm liking the Ninja design better. I feel like it's a smarter design. It's got the double blades. It's got the sealable cap that goes on. So obviously this has to be open, and I'm going to, and that just, the thing that's nice, it just pops right in. It's super simple. And you just hit the button to begin grinding. So far the Ninja is way easier to use. The difference though is the KitchenAid has the puree option and the chop option. So the blade's gonna spin a little differently based on that, which I actually like, because puree, there's certain things you want that, and you want to make sure it's optimized for making that. So this is the other salad I'm going to be blending right here. So I'm going to go ahead and grind the seeds up first. We're going to try these in a Ninja. I'm just curious what's going to happen. Let's see. Okay, here goes nothing. Oh yeah, that's actually great. That's the consistency that I would expect, and it's probably about all I'm going to do because I don't want them completely ground into nothing. As you can see, that's actually really amazing. Very nice. I'm very surprised with the texture of that. I'm happy. Ninja definitely for the win on this one. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and put the cucumbers and jalapenos on the second part of the salad. And remember, I'm doing this because the nuts, I didn't want them ground to dust. Right. So here's a jalapeno, and we're just gonna put all these. Basically, I don't want to overdo this either, because I think if I put too much in this blender, it's going to actually not be good for it. So I'm going to try this on just a few pulses and see what happens if I can get it down to just broken up. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, wow. That's super fast. A few presses. Okay. I mean, that is a really nice consistency. All right, let's check it out. So you can see there's some bigger chunks in there. Obviously, I didn't run it I mean, it really blended what was in there, but it didn't get everything. So I might press it just a couple more times. Might even shake it a little. See if I can get some of those bigger pieces down there. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. That's definitely mashed enough for me. Done. Wow, that was fast. So I'm just gonna pull the blade out, shake it off. Set that down out of the way. I'm gonna pour this into a bowl. So I'm gonna grind up some lettuce as the next part of this. Now, as you can see, I had to kind of stuff the lettuce in here, so let's see what happens. All right, let's give it a shot. Oh, wow. Okay, that's done enough. And that lettuce is chopped. And by the way, I did not put oil in, so that's what it looks like without oil. It actually worked perfectly fine. There's a big piece there, obviously was missed. That's okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pour the the seeds that I ground up, the nuts. Then I'm gonna shake it up, because the whole idea was to make kind of like a summer salad that wasn't puree, but was just really nice and mixed up. And as you can see, ideally, I would have mixed some oil and vinegar in the blender, but I'm just gonna mix it straight into this. So let's do the oil. I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon. That's 5 sprays of this. Awesome device, by the way. I'm gonna put some fresh vinegar in. Not very much. That was probably too much, but that worked. I'm gonna mix it. Mix it up really well. Get that oil and vinegar all nicely mixed in. Oh, that looks amazing. Now I'm gonna do the salt and pepper next. Here, let's do a little salt. I actually like a lot of salt. It's not too much, but it's a good amount. And we'll put some pepper in. Oh, probably too much. Sometimes I might even do like cayenne pepper and things like that, but just gonna keep it simple for this. Okay, so one final mix with the salt and pepper. We wanna make sure that that's nicely mixed up. Remember, this is cucumber, jalapeno, arugula lettuce, oil, vinegar, and salt and pepper. Very basic, and pumpkin seeds and pecans. That's what this is. So this is a pretty dense. Let's test it out. Here goes nothing. Perfect. Perfect summer salad. All right, guys, second test underway. I'm gonna do the KitchenAid. And these are what we're gonna make in the KitchenAid right here. We got bacon and pecans, avocado. We're gonna do them separately. I'm gonna do the harder stuff first so that I can mash it down to the texture I want. And then the mushy stuff will go second. So let's check it out. Okay guys, so I had to basically disassemble. I didn't video this part, but I basically had to unplug it, take it, all the pieces apart, put it all back together, and now it's working. So I don't know what that was all about, but puree obviously is a little faster. All right, let's get the bacon and pecans back in there. Okay, and remember the reason I'm doing the harder stuff first, and of course this is plugged in, so I don't want to put my hand in there. I just don't want to even chance something being triggered. And remember this lid, it's got to be on snug, and then it locks over. There we go. And as you can see, I'm just chopping, just trying to get it to a nice, easy, chewable consistency. You can see that. Probably good. Now to release this, you just move it this way. You hold the base with one hand and you turn it. And this just comes off. And I'm gonna go ahead and put all that in a bowl. The blade might fall off if you do that, so just be alert that you might have to put it back in this case it didn't. Again, when you put that back on, you twist it, you put it on, and you twist it this way, and it locks back in. Now we're gonna mix in the softer stuff, the avocado, tomato, olives, and other lettuce. All right, so that's what it looks like. I've got everything in there. I cut the avocados out just because they're so soft. And I know if I blend them with this, I just didn't want to make it super mushy, so let's see what happens. I can always add them in later or just chop them up separately. Well, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so that's the thing to do. You want to go like that. You want to just chop lightly because I can see that by doing what I was doing before, it was making it really mushy. And it's already pretty, it's like coleslaw almost, which is fine. It's kind of what we're going for. But it's just a light touch. So far, the KitchenAid was actually about $17 or $20 more than the Ninja. Just by performance and simplicity of use, the Ninja wins 10 times over right now. This was annoying. It wasn't even working. I had to take it all apart, put it back together. This assembly is really kind of like I was saying, it almost feels like it's going to break sometimes. So, but it works. Obviously, it works great. So let's mix everything together now and make a salad. I'm just going to go ahead and dump this. I'm going to just dump the whole thing directly in because I'm going to end up mixing this up anyway. And You could always get a scraper and scrape the remaining out, which I'm probably gonna do. So here's the mixy mix part. What I'm gonna do what I did before. I'm gonna mix everything together now, because I remember I had all the shredded pecans and bacon on the bottom. I'm gonna mix all that in. And then I'm not gonna do oil and vinegar on this one because the person that I'm making it for doesn't want that. They wanna put on their own seasoning, so I'm just mixing it. And I'm gonna just slice the avocado separately just because it's so soft as it is, and just put it on top of the salad. I'm gonna say cleanup on these things is gonna be about the same. I mean, the blade comes out, you rinse them out, take the blade out. You just wanna make sure you clean them really good. Might as well unplug it. But check that out. That is the second salad. I think that came out great. And you can just put dressing on this, whatever you want, but it's really nice, especially for someone who has a difficult time with their teeth or chewing. They wanna, eat pecans and things, but they don't wanna mess up or hurt their teeth. This can work really well because that naturally the moisture from everything will soften up the pecans as well, but they're in really nice, small, digestible pieces. So this is a really loaded salad with all kinds of yummy greens in it. All right, guys, so which one is it? Is it the Ninja or the KitchenAid? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, hands down, simplicity, cost, it seems like it's the same size container. The Ninja, hands down. I think it was 22 bucks at Walmart. I think that's what I paid for it. The other one was, I think, 39 or something, I don't know. But if you're, again, these are just home use. These aren't made for like industrial, restaurant. I mean, you could use them in a restaurant, of course, but they're really home use. But if I could rate each one on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm gonna say the Ninja for home use, this size, I think it's between 3 and 3.5 cups. I'm gonna give this a 7.5. That's a really good rating for me. A 10, it probably would have just been like heavier duty plastic and a heavier duty looking blade, but that really doesn't make a difference because I'm not grinding anything. The KitchenAid, I'm gonna give like a 6, like a 5.5, 6. I like that it has the puree option. And once you get it all assembled and working, after I had to take it apart, put it back together again, it's really annoying, and it feels like this lid is gonna break sometimes when you're trying to disassemble it. I don't like that at all, so that's a low rating for me. All in all, Ninja wins. That's a review. Thanks for watching.